Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a kind of different sort of video. I'm finally, for some people anyway, going to be talking about a video game on the channel. I know there's quite a few people who have sometimes, both friends and subscribery people, and people who've watched the videos and that, have commented and sort of suggested that I should do some more sorts of video gaming related videos, and today I'm kind of doing that. And obviously by the title, it's why Mario Odyssey should have DLC. However, I do think I don't necessarily feel words. I don't necessarily think that Mario Odyssey will get DLC. I'm just saying like why I think it should in this video, and also I don't have any notes or anything, so if I sound very incoherent, that's probably why. But yeah, it's Mario Odyssey, a fairly recent release and or game. I say that, but it's a year old now. It just surpassed a year old like a day or two of this recording, or a few days ago, which is mind-boggling because I bought this game brand new. Oh, actually, I think I pre-ordered it from the official Nintendo website because I got a copy, which I have in my wardrobe over that general vicinity of the room, and that. And yeah, I think the thing is, I know it's got like 999 power moons to collect in total, and I know there's amiibos for it, and it's just that I think considering how well the Octo expansion, was it, I think, for Splatoon 2 was, and that was paid DLC, or the first ever paid DLC in Splatoon 2, and considering how popular and how well that's done, I just thought maybe, I just thought logically there'd be a reason there'd be a reason for them to do DLC in this, because think about it this way: if it's been so successful with Splatoon 2, and that's a franchise that's only been around 2 consoles now, you know, with the Wii U, and starting out on the Wii U and then on Switch, and admittedly the Wii U didn't do too well, so it's an exclusive game with an already small install base, and yet it still did well on the Wii U. But then, as I say, the first ever paid DLC did actually do fairly well, I think. Or it probably did anyway, I mean, and that. But yeah, I mean, we get free updates. Like the last time I recently played this, not yesterday but the day before of this recording, and I just had a bunch of updates, like, you know, like things, notifications in game about new costumes and new filters that I could do, take pictures of in the game, and that, and like the filters to customize the images, and new costumes to buy in game with in-game currency and that. But yeah, I just think DLC would be cool because it'd give more of an incentive for people to go back to the game, to play the game some more if they've 100%ed it, which is insane to me that anyone would 100% that game, because again, there's like 999 power moons to get. And also, just for someone like me who hasn't really played the game a lot since I've completed it. I've completed it from point A to point B, however I haven't obviously got all the power moons, but I think DLC would just be an incentive to go back to it. And considering that, as I say, like, my point that I was going to make about the Splatoon comparison is that Splatoon's only recent IP, in contrast to obviously Mario, who's been around since pretty much the inception of Nintendo's sort of foray into video games. So it just makes sense in my head that they would have downloadable content for one of their biggest sellers on Nintendo Switch, and that they'd be practically printing money at that point, and that. And I think because there's such a wealth of history with the character and the franchise, I think there's so many different planets and places and things they could pull from. You know, Delfino Island, I think it's called, in Mario's Sunshine, a game that I've never played because I don't have a GameCube, unfortunately, and or the copy of the game to play on my Wii and that. But I think it's like the hub world, but it's also a level in like Smash. But that could be a cool, like, sort of downloadable content-y world. Or some sort of planets and asteroids from maybe Galaxy 1 and or 2, or you know, some stuff from Mario 64 and that, because I think there's already, like, the Peach's Castle even is one of the levels, but still, like, I think they could just add so much cool stuff, like imagine if you could explore Luigi's Mansion maybe in Mario Odyssey and that, or something. I just thought, because as well it's been a year since the game has been out, for a year now, I feel like I thought, honestly, I went back to it because the year anniversary came up and I was like, maybe they've done something or added something, or there's some sort of new thing to it. Nothing really, which again was surprising. So I just thought, again, I think because it's been a year, I do think DLC is out of the question, but I do think it would be a big mistake on Nintendo's part, because I think the money they would make, it'd just be like too much to wait, too much to not do DLC. It's almost such a stupid thing to not do the DLC route, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, again, there's just so many different levels and things in past Mario games they could pull from, and that, and yeah, I think as long as you kept Cappy as a core mechanic in any of the worlds, any of the DLCs, so like, obviously, I guess it would be tricky if you did any levels from Sunshine or as I say, Galaxy 1 or 2, because you'd have to almost redesign those levels and those worlds to fit Odyssey's gameplay mechanics and the way that version of Mario sort of goes about doing things, because obviously in the previous games you get, well, Galaxy 1 and 2, from what I understand, you get power-ups. I do have both those games, I haven't completed them, but you do have like power-ups, whereas with Sunshine you have the Flood, which is like a backpack which allows you to like hover about and do different things and that. So again, I think that might be one of the reasons as to why they haven't done DLC maybe. But again, I think it'd be a huge success, and there's more than enough people yearning for it, I think, because the hardcore players who love Mario and therefore love Mario Odyssey have probably got all of the Power Moons and all of the content they can get out of this game. So adding DLC would just be beneficial on both sides. You'd be getting money as a company, and the hardcore players, would be getting more content out of one of their favourite games. So it's a win-win situation. So yeah, I mean, why not just do it, really? Just do it. But yeah, I think there should be content, or DLC even, for Odyssey. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.